After this video, you will understand how to set 3 qualified meetings per day for your coaching business all by yourself. This is a very basic, a very simple video, but it is something that's very important if you have no idea how to do appointment setting for yourself. So what is appointment setting? First of all, it's really in the name, but I will still explain it. In this case, it's talking to someone on DM, like Instagram DM or Facebook Messenger, making sure that they are qualified to be a client potentially, then sending them a link so that they can book a date and time that suits them best. They book a call, they get on a call, they get closed. So them booking the call and you making sure that they book the call is actually what appointment setting means. Appointment setting will be way easier for you if you have some content already. So make sure to make content that will make you look like an authority in your niche, like an expert in your niche, because it will help you to attain and maintain an alpha position in every single conversation. And it goes for in appointment setting, in appointment setting case, and also in a sales setting. It will also help a lot if you post social proof, so testimonials, reviews, client results on your Instagram and on your Facebook, on your TikTok, on your YouTube, wherever it is. When someone is talking to you and they have that in the back of their mind, the fact that you've helped so many people, it will help you a lot to grow to that alpha position. With this simple strategy, we won't be saying like, how are you and how is business, because no one is really, it's not very enticing to say something like this. Like no one feels like, hey man, how are you? Oh, that's a very, very deep question. I'll just answer it. And then they say good, and the conversation is fucking dead. So we won't do any of that. Then voice memos. Voice memos are magical. If you use voice memos the right way, this is actually also something that I teach my clients. If you use voice memos the right way, it's personal, it's quick, so you don't have to type, and people just feel special. It can do a lot for you. I will explain more about that in this video. Let's get into the good stuff. First of all, where do you find leads? If this is a question that you are wondering right now, you're probably in the beginning phases of your coaching business, and that's okay. Of course, like we all need to start somewhere. So I stated some of them here. You can go to, let's say you are a mindset coach for business owners. You can go to a Facebook group with a lot of business owners, of course, not with mindset coaches. Oh, you could, but it's just going to be a red sea there, and there won't be any good leads there. So you enter some groups that have your target audience in there. You talk to some people, you provide them with value. You can ask questions as well in Facebook groups saying like, what's the most motivating thing of what you do? What's the most motivating thing in your business, in helping your clients? And people, like we are like very arrogant and like egotistical creatures. So if you ask questions about people themselves in Facebook groups, they are very likely to answer, like to comment and to like. Then you could pick them up, and I will just show you the entire framework in a couple of minutes. But it's just to give you an idea already. Then you can go to a competitor's Instagram page. If you're a beginner, this is a good thing to get up and running, to get your business up and running, to get some money first, to get some clients, get some testimonials, and then you can just start doing everything for yourself. But what some people do, and I gotta admit, I did this in the beginning as well. You can go to a competitor's Instagram, a competitor's Facebook group, a competitor's Facebook profile. You can look at their followers or their Facebook friends, and you can do the 3-2-1 method. And it basically means you're going to look for good leads. And of course, it's only pre-qualifying because you have no idea who they actually are. But if they look like a good lead, what you can do is the 3-2-1 method. And it goes as follows. You like 3 of their posts, you comment on their 2 of their posts, and then you send them 1 voice memo. Like I said at the beginning of this video, voice memos can be very magical if you utilize them in the right way. So you can say like, "Hey John, I just saw some of your posts. I had to like them. I had to comment on some of them because it looks very, very good." And if this doesn't sound like you could do it in your own way, but just make sure that they hear that it's really you and that you're actually a real person and that is not just like mass outreach. And then the third one is making content on socials. This is something that I'm doing right now. I'm uploading every single weekday, and this is a long-term game. So you gotta make sure that you can go with like one piece of content every single day, at least for at least 4 or 5 months. So save up some money and then do this strategy. But you can also do these 3 combined, and you won't have to save any money. Because it's not as long term. But it is very, very beneficial to just be consistent with uploading every single day. Then, some key principles for setting, and this is something that not a lot of people know, because there is a very different mindset that you have to use when you're setting appointments or doing appointments, and however you want to say it. It's a very different mindset. So your goal could be 2 things. Your goal could be setting as many appointments as possible, or it could be setting as many appointments as possible with people that are actually qualifying. The second one is what we're going to be focusing on in this video. So key principles for setting, you have to emphasize with the lead. So let's say the lead says, "I just got back from work. I really don't get paid enough to put up with the way my boss treats me." This is like a very, very easy example. But I thought it would be, funny, and valuable too. And then what you can say, you can just emphasize with it. You can say, "Oh, that's sad to hear. I hope you're okay. What happened?" And then they start talking. And as you might already know, like maybe you're good at sales, the more the lead talks, the easier they are to close. So you have to make sure that they talk. And there are like some tricks that you can use, and I will give you some of those tricks in this video. And also I will make another video about this. If you think it's interesting, like if you think this video is interesting, send me a DM on Instagram. It's at eli.kcas, and I will just make another video about this. But I just don't know if it would be interesting enough. So yeah, so you want to make sure that you don't ask too many questions. That you have to get a sweet spot in between asking questions and making them talk. So you don't want to ask a lot of questions, but you do want them to talk like all the time. Then the second one, give the lead compliments. So if someone says, "I finally lost my first couple of pounds this week," let's say like you're a fitness coach or something, you can say, "That's awesome. Hard work pays off. That's for sure." Just really give them compliments, because like I said, like at the middle of the beginning of this video, we're very, very, we love ourselves as humans. Like typically we love talking about ourselves or hearing that we're doing something right. So giving compliments always works. It's a very good way to continue a conversation as well. Then mirror their way of speaking and their way of using emojis. So if the lead is being very reserved, skeptical, and maybe doesn't want to talk, match their energy and way of chatting, or don't send them anything anymore. But you can just feel that. I think you would be intelligent enough to feel that from the conversation. So don't be enthusiastic towards them in this case. It will scare them off. If you use emojis a lot, if they use emojis a lot, find some fun emojis to match that. So let's say someone says, "Yeah, I just did this and I did this," and they are using emojis. Find some emojis to match their emoji use. It sounds like a really small thing, and it sounds like crazy, but it works like crazy. Then what I meant in the beginning is, let's say someone says "okay," or just like the letters "okay," or they don't say anything, they don't continue the conversation. You can do 2 things. You can ask them, you can match their energy and way of chatting in terms of giving them very short answers as well, or short questions. But if that doesn't work, just stop sending them messages, because you don't want to be creepy. Then be relatable. So if the lead starts talking about how much they hate their 9-to-5 job, like, I got a lot of text here, like I could do this off the top of my head, but that's not just someone complaining. It's actually an opportunity for you to really get into that conversation where they will be engaging as well. So someone is sharing their emotion, and a lot of people would think like, oh, they're being negative, they're being annoying. But no, it's actually an opportunity for you to come in and and get into a conversation with them and just emphasize, like I just taught you. So I totally get you. I remember when I worked for a boss like 2 years ago, he always used to do this, and it got me into a situation like this and this. Very, very simple, but very, very effective. So just become friends with them. Not too much, but I feel like you would know what I mean. Then be casual, don't interview them. So I said this already, like at the second one or so. Your goal is to get them on a call, so they have to be curious about what you could give them. So don't spend too much time asking questions. Just like in sales, the more you make or let them talk, the easier the sale becomes. Then I made a very simple framework of something that you can use when you're just starting out. So if someone follows you, if someone comments on your post, someone likes your post, someone from a Facebook group that you think would be interesting, followers of competitors, like I said in the beginning, so you can send them a voice memo. So if someone follows, you can say like, "Hey John, thanks a lot for following me. It really means a lot to me, because I'm trying to do this and this with my account. What do you think of my content, or why did you follow me? Why did you choose to follow me, or why did you choose to take the time out of your day to look at my content?" So really just ask a question that makes them think in a more creative way. So an open question in terms of like a closed question. So not a yes/no question. And then you have a conversation, and just a normal conversation, like I said right above here. Then if they're warm enough, you can set a meeting with them. You can say, "Hey John, we've actually been talking for like 3 days now. I feel like it would be a very good idea, or like a nice idea to call sometime, like over Zoom or over Google Meet or whatever you prefer, to see whether I could help you with X and Y. Because if you talk to someone for 3 days, they probably have stated their problems and their needs already." And then on a call, you close them. But it is not that simple, but I have other videos about that, so I won't get into that right now. But if the convo is like dying and they are ghosting you, and you get no reply after 24 hours, like the 24 hours is really pretty important. Like in 12 hours, someone could be busy and you could come off as like creepy if you send them more messages. You can do like 4 things. You can give them a compliment about their content or something, or about their way of speaking or something else. You can like some of their posts so that your name comes up and your face comes up, and they think, "Oh shit, really? I just remembered I didn't reply to them." You can comment on the post, same thing as the liking, and or you can send them a funny meme or picture, like saying something about ghosting, because if you really state something that they also like very much understand is going on. So if you're saying like, "Hey, you're ghosting me," a meme like that, they would think it's funny, like I would. Then if you still have no reply, you can focus on better leads. And if you have a coaching business that's doing over 10K a month, or maybe just a little bit less, first link in the description to book a call with me. I run ads and I do marketing consulting. And in the past 2 years, I've actually helped tens of coaching businesses grow to 6 and 7 figures. That's organically, without any ads, without spending any money at all. So if you think that's interesting, book a call with me, and maybe we can help each other out. Also, watch my other videos, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.